All right, so here we are. Oh, yeah, no, not yet. Not quite yet. We'll get there though. So yeah, the second set of the bent over cable flies. Like I said, I really like this movement. It definitely isolates the chest, get a lot of blood in there.
I think here at this point, I was telling you, I was like, slow it down, a little slower.
And realistically, realistically, I probably should have dropped the weight just a little bit. These last couple reps, these force reps, I'm getting a lot of body movement into. Still pretty toasted though at the end of it.
Yeah.
Then we walk over to the chain, the 1 chain, 2 chain superset.
Yeah, man, you look like a giant in this angle, man. Damn.
Well, these were toasters, man. Toss on this other one.
He's like, it's not hard enough. Give me another chain.
Another chain. So we jump on. Oh, that's a lot heavier. Here we go. All right. There we go. And then these next couple too. I mean, that was just tough. Just tough after being toasted. But even those 2 reps, just really really good way to destroy the chest. And
going hard, man. Yeah. Look at that. Going hard.
Call that the rest pause.
There it goes, there it goes, there it goes. Yeah. Good job, man.
Defeated.
Those are reps to success. All right, here we go. We're on to the next circuit. Last part. We just did two sets of these. These are dumbbell pullovers. I learned this one from Kai Green. When you bring the weight back, which makes a lot of sense to me too. Like when you bring the weight back, bring it back to where I can't see the weight anymore in my peripheral vision in front of me. So as you see, I bring it back. So if I go any farther than that, then I start pulling into my serratus, and that's a different kind of workout. I start using my back. So in other words, to keep all the tension on my chest, I focus on holding my chest up, just like how I did on the incline dumbbell press. But I focus on keeping my chest contracted the entire range of motion through this pullover, and that's really the most challenging part. So I bring it back and through, and as I bring it through, I focus on trying to bring the dumbbell like past my chest. And that's how I get an even more tighter contraction in my chest. And I superset this one with pull-ups, an undergrip pull-up. And the main thing to focus on doing these pull-ups is that you want to focus on pulling with your chest. And to do that, I challenge myself by keeping my core really tight. And I do these in a pike. You can do them in a tuck or a pike, or you can even do them with your legs straight down, it doesn't matter. But whenever I keep the weight in front of me, I pull with the muscles in front of me. So I think of squeezing my elbows, think of the 2 points on my elbows, I think of squeezing them to the middle. And that's how it helps me to lean forward and pull with my chest. Yeah. And like with everybody else, and they're, figuring out your range of motion, like what feels comfortable for you. You'll see between, even like Nate and I, we both have like different comfort zones.
Yeah, and I feel like I might have a little bit of longer arms, so it's my range over my head will be a little bit different than yours. But I actually really like this exercise. There's just constant tension on the chest, and it's a really unorthodox type of exercise. It's not a cable fly or a press. It's actually a really unique exercise.
I'm getting like an ass on your chest.
Yeah, that was.
I think I said it in the video.
Going for a chest dunk. And superset here with the.
And I think Nate's gonna demonstrate here how you do the tucked pull-ups. It'll hold your weight, man. Damn. He's gonna demonstrate this one with his legs in a tuck position. And the main thing is, whether you hold your legs up in a tuck or a pike, you just have to make sure your knees are higher than your hips. That's gonna help ensure that you're pulling with your chest. And have to be a master's in kinesthesiology or anything like that. I mean, you just have to know your body really well. And me, having trained this for the past 16 years, I understand like where my body positions at, and I know where you gotta be to contract certain muscles to make certain things work.
And here's set number 2. It was
it's like a Batman angle, right? Old school Batman flick. Oh, angle. Insert caption. No, I'm not gonna lie. At this point, all I could think about was food.
Yeah, Chipotle.
That post-workout meal. Damn.
Let's go wait in line at Chipotle for 5 minutes, man. 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Get it. Yeah, I was definitely burnt out. Getting there, my chest was about roasted at this point in time in the workout. Little did I know, we were not finished.
So here I am. I'm stalling out, messing with my grip on the bar, taking my time. I don't know if you can tell, but like, there's a little notch on my left elbow there. It's sticking out. That's my bone spur, man. That thing hurts like hell. Good job, man. Look at that form.
All kinds of games.
Yeah,
Oops.
man.
Sorry, Hodge twins.
Yeah. Love those guys, man. Those guys are a big inspiration.
Yeah, they're great. They're good. Good videos.
Good.
But yeah, just knocking this one out, getting a good squeeze. Especially with these higher rep exercises. This, I think we shot for 15 on this one. The biggest focus here was to keep the chest contracted and to force as much blood in there as possible.
Right. I think as you do that, you really do make more connections that way with your body. And the better your connections, the more you can get more of those muscles involved in doing the exercise to the best of your ability at that moment in time.
Yeah, and you can see on my face here, I'm pretty toasted. This was I was pretty happy to be knocking out this last set because my chest is just done for.
Right. Good job, man. Damn. Oh, and I love these, man. These barbell lateral raises. Okay, so whenever I train chest, I like to train just for a pump, the front and sides of my delts. That's just so that I keep the blood flow in my shoulders and really focusing on growth. See, that was my main focus for my show, was getting my shoulders up and getting my back up. So, staying along with that same plan, I train my front and my side delts after chest. And all it is just not really training, I'm just getting blood into the muscle. I do 2 sets of these with the barbell. And as you can see, when you do that, you're really getting all the heads on your delts, the front, side, and rear involved just to stabilize it. And I superset immediately right into dumbbells, laterals. These are amazing. These lateral raises are amazing. The main thing to focus on when you're doing these is to concentrate on lifting with your arms. You're in almost kind of forward in a forward motion. You see how my arms are kind of in front of me versus like beside me. That helps make sure that I'm pulling with just my delts and not my traps. You can see here I'm hurting, man. I'm completely exhausted. Yeah, I think we only did 2 sets of these, and I think this is the second set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut out the first one.
Right. Yeah. Just so you know, I moved the seat. It looked like I tripped and fell, but
totally intentional.
Yeah. All right.
As long as your form stays tight.
Yeah, on these, this right hand, the form was okay. If I could go back and do it again, I probably would drop the weight. I'd probably use the smaller version of the Olympic barbell. Just because these exercises are more about, you know, getting blood into the muscle. It wasn't really about how much weight you can lift. It was just
right. It's not a compound movement.
Exactly. It's about just getting the blood in there and activating those muscles. So you can see here my form is just horrid with this longer bar with my left arm.
I'm the same way too, man. Whenever I switch to my second arm, I always tend to, you know, I'm always like 2 reps low, like short.
All right. Then we move on over to the dumbbells.
Yeah. Remember, the weight is irrelevant. It's not really a matter of how much weight you can move at this point, because your body's so exhausted after training chest. I recommend for anyone doing this exercise to pick a weight that you can do comfortably with 15 reps. Challenge yourself, but you don't want it to feel like, you know, you're trying to bulk for shoulders doing these auto raises on a chest day at the end of your workout. So, you know, take pride in training with weight that you can move and make yourself, you know, get the most out of that particular exercise, because if you go heavier than that, you're gonna start, you know, pulling and using muscles that aren't, you know, what you're trying to hit. I think Nate here is he actually dropped the weight a little bit more so he could pull more with his shoulders. You can see as he was lifting the weight, he started coming up on his toes a little bit. You can tell he's completely gassed out, as he should be, because he went really hard. But yeah, I encourage everyone, like, as you're at this point of the game, it's really important that you stick with the weight that you can move with the best possible form. It's important for safety, and it's important for your gains, you know, so you can arrive at your goals, you know, as safe as possible, and you're gonna ultimately get there, you know, sooner, because you'll avoid injuries. I've been really lucky at avoiding injuries, just because, you know, my age. You know, I've experienced so many injuries in the past. I've just gotten really, really good at warm-ups, you know, and knowing where my comfort zones are, and training these really hard.
I really like this exercise here.
Oh yeah, Charles Glass calls these like the interior barbell raise or something. I saw him training Kai Green, my favorite bodybuilder, training him to do these right here. I like to do 2 sets of these where I go, you know, military press on the Smith machine, and 2 sets right into these anterior raises as a superset. You know, again, the rep count is 15 on everything, you know, on all these supersets, just 15 reps, 15 to 20. You know, you're just going for, you're basically going by feel. You know, you're going by, all right, did I get blood into the muscle? Am I connecting with the muscle? Am I feeling it? You know.
And yeah, and as we kind of round the end of the video, I kind of want to pick your brain on something. Whenever you know, you hit the front and the side to the shoulder at the end of a chest day, like, what's the philosophy around that? Do you have other days where you'll actually hit the rear and things
yes,
like that?
I actually train the rear and the sides on back day, because, you know, when you're pulling with your back, you're pulling with, you know, the back side of your delts and your traps. So that's why I pair, you know, the back of my shoulders and my side delts on back day.
Okay.
But it's the same concept. It's just for pump, just like what we're doing right here, you know. And it's been, for me, it's, at least, you know, me, I feel like I've been really successful at, you know, getting the most out of this type of training method to incorporate that, you know.
Right, so that in conjunction with a shoulder day.
Yeah.
Where you'll hit all 3 heads.
Exactly. And on shoulder day, I just basically go really hard on compound movements in the front, just like how we did for chest, you know. Compound movements in the front, real heavy, and then I just go for pump towards the end. And we'll do a video on that too.
Yeah, and again, these are just the blood fillers at this point.
Yeah, it's more a matter of just mind to muscle connection. You know, when you're connecting with those muscles, shoot, you can make any weight look heavy, you know, or feel heavier than it really is. But it's not about being a power lifter. You know, it's more about, you know, connecting with your muscles. You have a different goal set. You know. I think that's the biggest difference between someone who's, you know, a power lifter, you know, a bodybuilder. I think I think everyone needs to know, clearly know like what their goals are. It's really important. So that way you train towards those goals, and that way you get the most out of your lifts. You can see here that the way we're training, we have a specific goal in mind. We're both training for aesthetics. So we both know that as we go through these training sessions, each step as we're doing them, we're watching the mirror, we're checking ourselves, checking our form, watching our gains, and based off of the results we get from all of this training, at the end, all together, you arrive at the conclusion that what you're trying to do to train and get towards your goals, you'll get there. It takes time, but you'll get there.
Speaking of form, my elbows are not bent enough on this exercise.
All right, that was overtraining chest. Strong focus on the positives, going to failure, not so much on negatives. That's another chest lift. But that was my chest routine for bulking. And this is my boy Nate, and he stuck along, he did great. Big shout out, thank you to Stay Fit Gym. Thank you for allowing me to film these videos, sharing this experience with you.